Hi everybody. I'm live now. Here the light here is not really great because we don't have a good light yet. But anyway, the point is about the quality, right? Oh my god, so dark. Anything about
Because
that?
you're backlit.
Yeah, right.
You don't worry about that. You do a stream.
Okay, hi everybody. We're gonna have a good laugh today. Hi, I'm Luna. I'm a
How many times do you need to
Vietnamese.
say hi?
I'm nervous. Go away! You distract me. Welcome to my Mooncast. I'm a Vietnamese communist born and living in Vietnam right now. And yes, I've been. If you've been watching my Mooncast long enough, you would know that that was a anti-communist old man that is also a cult leader in California.
Anti-communist cults. Who's
Yeah.
ever
We
heard of such a
heard
thing?
of that, right? Like, wow. Who could have thought of that? I mean, his name is Đào Minh Quân, and I had about last year or something. I had like at least a few streams introduce, how ridiculous he and his supporters were. And today I have an update for you. It's actually really hilarious. I mean, here's the thing: if you're new to this and this is the first time,
You're in for a treat.
yeah, your first time you know about this information, and the first time you watch me, I will give you a brief summary of who these people are and
But not
what
yet.
they've been doing.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're gonna chit chat for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna get to the main topic. But man, what am I gonna chat about? Oh, you know what? It's been really hot lately in Vietnam. That like
How hot is it?
110 every day. 110 Fahrenheit.
That's not how
Degree.
that joke format goes.
Really? I don't know the joke.
This is silly. It's an old dumb joke format where you go, "It's so hot in Vietnam," and I go, "How hot is it?" And you go, "It's so hot that," and then it's the joke.
It's so hot that your shoes will melt if you walk in the street.
Not bad for first attempt.
So it's really freaking hot, and it is really, like
It's so hot.
climate change.
It's so hot that if you walk on the street without shoes, you'll go, "Cinch, ow." There, that's how that kind of joke's supposed to work.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Like cinch, ow.
Pretty good. Oh, Adnan, thank you so much for...
Stop. Why are you messing with it?
Thank you so much for super chat. It's nice. Thank you. Great seeing the stream. Yay. We're gonna have fun today, people. 10 out of 10 comedy legends.
Thank you.
Embarrassing.
It's nice to finally
Oh
get
my
recognition
gosh.
for my talents. Let me have a blanket.
So this is a Vietnamese person explain. We Vietnamese. We have a nickname for that emperor guy. His real name is Đào Minh Quân, and we call him Đào Tuyệt Quân. And Đào Tuyệt Quân means like Đào drop his pants. And drop pants mean remove your uniform and run away like South government soldiers did in the past.
Which is true. They actually
Which is literally true.
They did drop their uniforms.
You can Google that picture. Really, really famous. So yeah, that's how he's nicknamed the Dow Drop Pants. Not so hot as he has to take his shirt off though. I mean, he wants to.
Right before the stream and right after the stream, shirt is off.
All right, so anything else, folks? What's been going on in your?
We went to Ho Chi Minh's house.
Area. Oh, we went to Ho Chi Minh's house and we had a really ding dong 30-second long video of it because we saw a black dog that chilled with us.
That's a spoiler.
Shit.
I feel like you just spoiled the short that's coming out soon.
Shit. All right. Internet is
Tell me
bad
about Ho Chi
again.
Minh's- No way.
Yes, it's one bar.
Why is every hotel in Vietnam
Yeah,
like this?
right? I will come back in 1 second.
We gotta get...
Hope that internet's better now. So we went to Ho Chi Minh's house, right? You know, the next day of his birthday.
Remember the beginning of a story? Start comes first.
I don't know how it started.
We went to his village.
Yes.
I don't know what you mean when you say Ho Chi Minh's house. So you gotta explain it.
So Ho Chi Minh was born in May 19th, and
No, not that far to the beginning.
That's, be careful what you wait for.
All right, wait a minute. Before Luna tells the story, I just gotta. I don't know if y'all. Most of you probably don't know Grant, but Grant is our comrade and a member of the Non-Compete Collective. Grant and Luna have the same problem, which is that when they tell a story, they only tell the middle of the story.
We don't know how to start.
They don't tell the beginning of the story or the end. It's like they don't understand how stories work.
No.
Where is Ho Chi Minh's hometown?
Ho Chi Minh hometown is in Nghệ An province, which is in the central of Vietnam, which is right next to my hometown. So we passed by Ho Chi Minh's hometown. And
what is Ho Chi Minh's hometown?
Nghệ An. I just said it.
No, his village.
And we decided to go to Ho Chi Minh's village to,
his village's name,
to visit his house. And Ho Chi Minh's village named is Lang San, and it means village.
There, see, that's interesting. Because Ho Chi Minh is now associated with lotuses because he grew up in a lotus farming village.
Yes.
This is how you tell a story. Okay, keep going. You're doing great. And
then it was really hot. Again, back to the weather conversation. Freaking hot and humid. And we went there right in the lunch break. So actually, it's the best time to visit there. To go there at lunch break. Everybody's out for lunch and it's just empty. And you're just going to be there alone and you can just go wherever you want. And it's totally free, by the way. You walk there and then you can go visit all of the neighbors of Ho Chi Minh at that time, Ho Chi Minh's family, and we can go to the house of Ho Chi Minh's grandpa and seeing the Ho Chi Minh family tree over there, and it's really interesting to see that actually even Ho Chi Minh is very, very famous, right? But if you go there and you see in the pictures, family pictures, and then the family tree, he's never on the top.
Yeah,
because to them, Ho Chi Minh is just like a grandson of their big family like that. So it's very, very interesting. And right around 1:30 p.m., it is where the lunch break kind of stop, and the staff will open the door to his actual home there. And I was there right, and the door was like open, and me and EJ was like the first ones to get there because right on our back is a long line of people going there. So that is the best. You go there at lunch break and you wait until 1:30 and to be the first one to enter Ho Chi Minh's house. It is very interesting. We will come back one day soon, and we will do a whole video around that to introduce you to that village, and you will know the literal place, the house and the village that Ho Chi Minh grew up in, and the neighbors and the stories of his family members. So I didn't know that. I did not know that before that day that Ho Chi Minh had a grandson, right? Something like that, or niece.
He did not have a grandson, no.
No, a niece, like a cousin.
A nephew.
A nephew. So he had a nephew that fought against Nazi Germany in Moscow.
Yeah, in World War II.
In World War II. I mean, that's amazing, right? How I didn't know that at all, but he had a nephew who went all the way to Moscow to fight against Nazi Germany alongside with the Red Army. It's kind of choppy. God damn internet.
I don't know. Do you want me to use my
Yes.
phone internet?
Yes. I'm trying a new. It's like the internet is so annoying. A lot of
The hotels only have one router for the whole freaking hotel. It's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
All right, my hotspot's on, so.
All right, connecting. Hey, haven't seen it yet.
It's there.
Galaxy. All right.
All right, you don't have to tell everybody all.
Connecting. Hope it works.
You will disconnect for a second, so you might want to warn them.
Yeah, I might disconnect for a second, so please stay tuned. All right.
You keep talking while it's doing that, I guess.
All right. I hope. I don't even know how it works. So internet is back to normal now.
No, it says no internet. Okay, well, it's working, so that's all that matters, I guess. You only have one dot still, though. Does it look better, everybody?
Does it look better at all?
Well, I guess I'll tell you if it's
I
not
guess. Weird. Huh. All right, you all can still hear me and see me, right?
Yep, keep going.
All right, good, great. Everybody, hi.
Stop saying hi.
I'm back. I think that I never gone actually. I never been gone actually.
Weird. All
It's
right, continue
better.
your stream.
Okay, I'm checking the chat. Shut
Lord of
up.
mercy. I'm producing.
How does Vietnamese feel about immigration? It would be cool if socialists were allowed to go to all socialist countries freely with assistance if they are party members. I mean, it would be great too. I want to travel to a lot of other countries, especially, socialist countries. First, to answer first question, how does Vietnam feel about immigration? We fine. We're not against, visitors. If you want to go visit Vietnam, man.
They really want people to visit right now.
Yeah, we want people to visit Vietnam right now. That is why Vietnam is considering extend our visa from 1 month to 3 months because we want more people to go visit Vietnam.
Want they're like it's less than half. So the most tourists that ever came to Vietnam was in 2019, and it was like I can't remember like 40 million or something.
Yeah, about that.
And
a lot.
This year they're on track to have like 18 million. So it's like half the tourists.
I really want the tourists to be back in Vietnam.
Yeah, tourists will be part of the economy here. So
yeah. So yeah, well, and then immigration's fine. Yeah, you go here and you can spend some time here and enjoy the life as long if the one thing that I want you to do is that you should respect Vietnamese people, respect our lifestyle, and be nice to us, and that's that. I mean, yeah, because there are lots of foreigners come to Vietnam and being really shitty to Vietnamese people, racist to Vietnamese people, and they use our hospitality to earn their own benefits, and that is what I do not want, and I don't encourage that. You go here and you enjoy this lifestyle, respect our people, respect our culture, and that's and learn our language, try to learn some of our language too, because we would really much appreciate it. And it would be way easier for you, to communicate with Vietnamese. We're like, yes, if you don't speak any Vietnamese at all, it's so totally fine, because we can use body language. And most of us, if you live in a big city or kind of touristy area, most of us speak like some basic English, so you're gonna be totally fine. But if you want to impress Vietnamese people and want to see the big smile of Vietnamese people, you see them on the street, learn just a little bit of Vietnamese and say enough to say hello and thank you and goodbye to them. And maybe ask price in Vietnamese, something like that. It would be like a treat, and it would show like how willing you are to learn our language. It's only I think it's opposite from us non-Westerners go visit like a Western country, like American visit America. So usually you expect immigrants to speak perfect English, or else we're gonna receive a lot of like racism and mock and attack or something like that. Hard time there. But it's opposite in Vietnam. It's like you just like learn a little bit of our language and that's enough to impress us, because we are very welcoming people, friendly people like that. So it's opposite kind of vibes.
I didn't know Ho Chi Minh had diabetes. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Just don't be an asshole. It is fine to understand our deep traditional culture. I mean, just don't be an asshole. That's it. I usually love learning languages, but I'm kind of intimidated by tonal language. Oh, well, it's got to be a challenge to you to learn a tonal language. It is a challenge for us to speak English, a non-tonal language, though. So one of the biggest problem that we have is that that there is no tone in English words. So it means that when you speak like a sentence, you will add the tone in the sentence. We Vietnamese, we are opposite, because each of the word has its own tones and you cannot mess it up. Because if you mess it up, it would turn into a totally different meaning, totally different word. So it means that because we already have a little tone for every single word in a sentence, so we do not add tones in our sentence. So that is why it's opposite to English. This is why when we first try learning English and trying to speak English, we talk like a robot, because we don't know how to be natural about it, because like you have a no tone in your words and we do not know how to add tones in the sentence, so we just speak like straight da, 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 like robot. So it is very interesting. So I still do not know how to add tones in a sentence to make it natural, or I still forget to to emphasize on what kind of part of the word, like what syllable. For example, to this day, I still struggle to remember what do you say, like continued or continued, or confident, right? Or yeah, I think it's confident or confident. No, it's confident. So like, is that the thing that Vietnamese struggle with, where to stress the syllable of a word. And to you, it's very freaking important, because if you stress in the wrong syllable, you will not understand what word is that. To us, it must be all the same, like confident. That's what we understand, because you don't have any tone in your word. Confident or convenient. Confident and convenient. I hate that.
You know what's interesting?
What?
There seems to be zero information on the internet in English about Ho Chi Minh's nephew who died in Moscow. There's like not a single thing. I can't find anything at all.
Wow. Okay.
So that would be an interesting video for you to make,
Mm-hmm.
since there's literally no information about it.
Mm-hmm. English does use tone. It's not systematized, but we do use. Yeah, you do use it. And since you don't have any system for it, it's hard for other people to learn it, because what's also
well, we use tones to
the rules
for emotional expression.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so for example, we learned this in high school. It was fascinating to me. For example, the question, "What is your name?" Right? You say, "What's your name?" Is that like either the first time you want to know something? Okay, what's your name?
That's not how you would say that to somebody the first time you meet them.
So why how you want?
What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name? So
that's a tone, though. See,
so you emphasize on name, right? What's your name?
But if you just said, "What's your name?" that sounds aggressive. See, the emotion.
See, God, I still don't get it. It's hard.
what's your name? That's
What's
different.
your
That's
name?
like you'd ask that the second time, like you didn't quite get it,
And then
or you're not sure.
I'll say
What's
like,
your name?
no, what's your name?
That's
That's different. Or what's your name again?
But you're talking about, see, there's a little subtle distinction between stressing something and tone. Tone is like, are you going up or down or straight? Stress is like, I'm stressing this syllable. But they both have utility in English, but it's not like in Vietnamese where it's conveying meaning, it's conveying inflection and emotion.
Yes.
So, yeah.
See?
I mean, but the funny thing is, Vietnamese also does that.
But we use different way to do it. We add another word in the end of the sentence.
No, that's true, but you also use tones. You do emphasize tones emotionally sometimes.
We do.
Like when you're annoyed, your tones change a little bit.
Of course, when we're annoyed, we hiss.
Luna hisses.
So I'm from Thanh Hóa, and I didn't know, but it was one day I was mad at my dad, and I yelled at my dad in my hometown dialect. And EJ like heard all of that, and he told me that I was hissing. And my dad, I don't know that.
I can't even make that noise, but she was like, while she was talking though, I don't even know what she was saying.
It's really interesting.
Was that about Duckgate?
The duck.
Do you want to tell them about Duckgate, or is that like secret family? Is that a family secret?
It's fine. So,
I think they might be interested in Duckgate.
All right. So I have one aunt who has a big duck farm. And it just one night, she just came to our house and gave us 2 ducks that she like clean off the feather and skin. And we just like, all we didn't need to do is to cook it, to eat, right? Suddenly she gave us like a bunch of ducks like that. Instead of like other aunts get like 2 or 5 dogs, and my cousin got 10 dogs. And I was like, holy smokes. And kind of, we didn't dare to ask her why, because like, because like it is true that the weather on those days is so hot, and it's normal for the duck to get overheat and they die, right? And we did not ask her exactly why her ducks die like that. And she told us that, she just wants to have a new generation of ducks. We said, okay. But then we were like, kind of not believing that, but like we didn't ask straight up, because like she told us the result, so there's no point of asking for more. So like, okay, go with the flow. So I brought the 2 dead ducks inside. I mean, ready to eat. And then I gave it to my mom, my dad, and me and my mom had a conversation about, actually, I guess poor her, the ducks got overheat and they die, I guess, and this is why she gave us this.
They were speculating.
Yeah, speculating. All right, speculating.
Behind her aunt's back.
Yes, behind my aunt's back. I'm sorry, aunt. I love you so much, but like, this is the secret conversation between me and my mom. Somehow my dad overheard that conversation. He didn't ask. He didn't acknowledge it. He didn't show anything like sign that he acknowledged that conversation. Then, on the next morning, suddenly my aunt called my mom being mad. Instead of like, my aunt called my mom like, why did me told my dad that her ducks died? That was why
did Luna do it?
Yeah, like, I was like, what? Excuse me? I was like next to my mom that I overheard that conversation.
Your aunt thought that you told your dad.
Long story short, my aunt thought that I told my dad that her ducks died. That was why we got these ducks for free. The reason why she knew that and she called my mom being mad about it was the same morning my dad went back to the village to pay for the water bill, and he met my aunt. Instead of just a nicely ask like, okay, what's up with your dogs? Like, like, is anything wrong happening? Or you like, it's just like ask nicely like that. He already assumed that her dogs died of overheat. And then he's like, your dogs died of overheat. Like he talked about that in front of the room was full of people waiting to pay for the water bill in the village. So everybody know each other very well. And this is a cultural thing that my aunt doesn't want anybody in the village to know anything about her ducks. But she wants to maintain the image of raising good and healthy ducks in the village, right?
Well, there's no evidence that her ducks aren't healthy.
Exactly. That's a fucking point.
But you were the one who was speculating.
Oh my gosh! And I was so mad. So like, and since my dad just assumed that, right? And he asked her
You
a very,
it, and your dad
a very
heard you
ding dong question.
You assumed, let's be honest.
Oh my gosh!
You assumed that the ducks died from overheat, and your dad overheard you assuming that and thought you were stating a fact. Now, should your dad have brought up the health of the ducks in public?
Nope.
No, that's a different issue, though.
And both me and my mom didn't even talk to my dad. We talked to each other.
Okay, but you know what? You never know who's listening in on your duck discourse. That's why you don't gossip about ducks.
You don't gossip about ducks in a Vietnamese village. Yes. You don't.
Luna got so mad.
I told him because I got blamed for every single thing I like. The only thing that I did was speculate with my mom secretly. Mm-hmm. And then I know that right at that moment, the whole fucking village just believed truly in the fact that all of my aunt's duck died of overheat.
It's big controversy.
The big village gossip right there. Drama right there.
Luna, why are you spreading lies about your aunt's ducks?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? It's so hot the ducks are dropping dead. The hardest
thing I like to learn is standard Mandarin Chinese. I speak Mandarin Chinese, but to be honest, Vietnam is a little bit more complicated because Mandarin they have 4 tones. Vietnamese have 6. 2 more tones for you.
Luna, the gossip is spreading. Now Kai is saying that you killed the ducks.
God damn it.
Luna killed the ducks.
I personally killed a few hundred of ducks, yes.
Luna the duck slayer.
Ôi trời ơi.
Luna, don't be spreading duck gossip in the village. What is wrong with you? I was laughing so hard because Luna was so mad. It was like seriously mad, right? And I just heard her yelling at her dad and hissing at her dad. Like, and then I thought something really bad happened. And then I was like, Luna, what's going on? Why are you so mad? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, no, what's going on? You seem really upset. And she's like, and she starts telling the story like, the ducks. My dad was telling my aunt about the ducks in public. And I was like, what? I started laughing. And she was mad. And Luna got mad that I was laughing.
I was mad that you didn't take it seriously. Seriously.
Of all the things I would have guessed you were mad about, I would not have thought you were talking about the ducks. Yeah, look at Luna spreading duck propaganda, duck misinformation. Luna was spreading a duck misinformation campaign, slandering the healthy ducks of her aunt's farm. So, anyway. You want to start talking about the fascist clown?
The alphabet is easier. That's true. All right, so DuckTales. All right.
That's an old cartoon. That is extremely funny.
DuckTales.
I don't know how we didn't put that together.
All right, so it's the main topic today. All right, everybody. Now this is gonna be the main topic today. The Emperor.
But I need money.
I don't have money actually.
Is your bank card in your wallet?
Yes.
Where's that?
My hand in my bag.
Okay,
Continue. All right, now the Emperor of Vietnam. I will give you a brief history, a biography of this dude, and how I know about him. And here we go. Let me show you.
There Luna. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I try. All right, give me a second. I'm sharing my screen right now. Just in case any one of you in the chat do not know anything about him yet. Dami Quan, he is an anti-communist cult leader living in California, USA right now, and he's leading a cult, the anti-communist cult against Vietnam. But long story short, Dami Quan, this is, oh my gosh, the story is so ridiculous that I don't know how to start, but here I'm trying. Damigan was born in the 1950s. I could be wrong, but something in the 50s, and he worked 40s or 50s, and then he worked for the fascist puppet regime in the south of Vietnam. And then after in the 70s and in the 80s, in the 70s when the puppet regime lost, he ran away to the USA, and there he started his own government over there. Right, he claimed himself to be, oh my gosh, get ready for this, folks, get ready for this. He claimed to have royal blood of Chun dynasty. So in the 13th century, we had a really famous great general, royal member, Trần Hưng Đạo. And he was a great general of Vietnam that fought against Genghis Khan 3 times, fought against the Mongolian in the 13th century, and we won against them 3 times. So he was really, really famous, and he was so famous that we call him a saint, right? And so Dao Minh Quân, this guy, somehow he claimed to have a royal blood of that president, of that great general of Vietnam in 13th century. They don't even share the same family name because that is a Chun dynasty, and his family name now is Dao. Anyhow, without any actual evidence whatsoever, yes, he claimed to have that royal blood in his body. You can just go Google it. I did a bunch of videos, and I did a bunch of streams about him, and I actually read the article published by him and his cult members explain the plot line. But yes, you can go back and watch it. But long story short, he claimed to have a royal blood from 13th century somehow, and then that's why he deserved to be the president of the third government of Vietnam, something like that, the third democracy of Vietnam. So just so you know why they call it the third. The first one was the Vietnamese government under the French colonialism, the puppet regime who worked for the French colonialists. The second republic, that was the first republic. The second republic was the fascist puppet regime that worked for the imperialist USA. And he claimed to be the third republic. Okay, I remember it now. The president of the third republic of Vietnam, which is the headquarters is in California, USA. Okay. Yes, he has some cult members that donate a bunch of money to him. That was why he's so rich. And I mean, he act like he's rich. I don't know how rich he actually is, right? He bragged about how rich he is. It is. So this is what. So last year when I streamed about him, he claimed to be president of the Third Republic of Vietnam, and his full name was the Holy Grand Duke President Đào Minh Quận. The Holy Grand Duke President Đào Minh Quận. That is his full name at that time, because he claimed that he had a royal blood, so his position was a duke, and then he's also president of the Third Republic of Vietnam. So the Holy Grand Duke President Đào Minh Quận, right? Literally the czar. Yeah, bring back the czar. All right, so now it just happened this month. He claimed himself to be the emperor of Vietnam. literally brought back, feudalism. He claimed to be the emperor of Vietnam, and he's asking for people to. He would go. He said that he would go back to Vietnam to claim his throne. Somehow, and people can vote to choose where he would land in Vietnam. This is either in Ho Chi Minh City, the international airport, or in our international port in Cam Ranh, and a third place in Hanoi or something like that. But like there are three places that his cult members can choose, so he can land there, like to take back the land of Vietnam. Like it's I don't know. I'm speechless now. Let's see. Let's show this to you. This. So this is okay. That is a brief summary about this guy, and here is how I knew about him about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, that was 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. There was a huge, not a huge, but a huge in his cult about they built a hexagon monument to commemorate the 58,000 U.S. soldiers who died in the Vietnam War. Even though he claimed to, at that time, to be the president of Vietnam, but instead of building the monument for Vietnamese people who died in the Vietnam War, killed by the U.S. troops, over 3 million of Vietnamese, they built a hexagon monument to commemorate the death of the U.S. troops who invaded Vietnam and killed our own people. And see, they had the old flag of all the countries that joined the imperialist force. Like it's the South Korean, Australia, US, UK. Philippines or something like that? Yep. All of that. And yeah. And in the background, you see in the background, here's all the names of those US troops. And they paid money to build this in the middle of desert, Adelanto, California, Sierra Road, Adelanto, California. And they said that they had a big meeting over there to celebrate this monument. I have an old toilet that he can sit on. I mean, so that was the story of the last 2 years. And then at that time, he claimed that he have won an international court, a court that run by his own cult members, like so the fake international court, right? He claimed to won against the lawsuit against communist Vietnam, and they will take back the land and give back money to every single Viet diaspora or something like that. So yep, this guy is a total nut. All right, now this freaking month, on the day of the liberation of the South of Vietnam on April 30th, and to commemorate the May Day in Vietnam, he held what do you call it? A ceremony. Let me show you that. He held a ceremony where he claimed himself to be the emperor of Vietnam. Look at this picture. This is all the people that joined that ceremony. This is like, we laugh so hard because like this around the same time that King Charles the Third took the throne and become the king of UK. This guy also did this, but hilariously. Again, this happened in California, by the way. But yep, there you go. This is the guy, our guy. Oh, so ridiculous. Let's look at this picture. All right. See that you see the dragon and then the three stripe flag alongside with the American flag. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, great puppet. Great puppet. See how they worship the country that literally killed 3 million. This is a Falun Gong vibes. Yeah, this is a Falun Gong wannabe. Literally, these people are Falun Gong wannabe. California, the well-known Vietnamese capital. Exactly. Oh my gosh. So yep, this is it. And this is all the key scout members right here with the throne. Look at that throne. Look at that cheap ass throne. Oh my gosh, how much money did they pay for this? And see, under that they have, here flags of a bunch of countries that joined the imperial the imperialist troops and kill Vietnamese people. Look at like how freaking bootlickers. And oh holy smokes, look at this. Look at all the way on the left. There's a white guy here. There's a white guy. I will look for a better picture of this so you can see. The funny thing is there are people who take these people seriously. This imperial Vietnam something receive a bunch of a recognition from a few states, and receive a state of the USA and receives like letters, something that is really BS. But anyway, here we go. Somehow we ended up there are 3 white people in this ceremony. Look at this. I wonder who are these people. Oh my gosh. I mean, amazing how pathetic US and their pets can be. Is there a real possibility of him going back to Vietnam? Greeting from Brazil. Hi, Brazilian Conrad. There's no freaking way. There is no way that he can come back to Vietnam. All right, no way whatsoever. But look at these 3 pathetic white face joining this cult. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, literally. And on their back, you see the picture, black and white picture on the altar in the back. Like the left side of the picture, that is a picture of President Nguyễn Văn Thiệu. And Nguyễn Văn Thiệu, oh my gosh. Nguyễn Văn Thiệu was the very last president of the puppet regime in the south of Vietnam. And he lied to the whole ARVN. So around March of 1975, 1 month before we liberated the South, Nguyễn Văn Thiệu said like he would fight till the last Vietnamese, of ARV, and he would fight against the communists until the last Vietnamese in the South, because they will keep this Vietnam, blah blah blah. But then, right before the communist army came to Vietnam, he flew out of the country with a bunch of money in it. So he took like airplane full of gold and money and ran away out of Vietnam, abandoned his own government and his own people, and ran away to other country with the tons of money and just fuck you all. And then these people now, they still worship this last president and act like he was like president, like beloved president, some honorable guy or something. But he was literally the one who betrayed all of them, ran away with money on an airplane. Oh my gosh. And also he also had like a bunch of affair with a bunch of singers and actresses, and yeah, he also like sent all of them out of the country with a bunch of money, enough for them to live wealthy their whole life. That was how corrupted he was. I mean, here's the thing, Kai. I don't even think that we bother to do anything about him, because like it is hilarious. I mean, it's too pathetic for us to ever like pay attention to this dude. I mean, it's pathetic. Look at this, people. Look at how old these people are and how reactionary these people are. So is the Vietnamese diaspora in the U.S. South Vietnamese government sympathizers. Like not all of them. Hashtag not all of them, because I met a lot of cool Viet diaspora who want to learn about socialism, communism, learn about the actual history. But yes, I do have to say that just like Miami Cubans, there's a big portion of these people are very, very anti-communist and also fascist sympathizers, and they truly believe that Vietnam would be better if we still occupied by the USA. So yep, California Vietnamese and Miami Cubans, we all have to deal with those people. Yep. And so let me show you some more pictures, and I will show you the videos of here, the videos of that ceremony. Let's read this. This is official letter from that the quote unquote Brad, like Emperor of Vietnam. That's what say, zoom it in. Or like the Third Republic of Vietnam, the Provisional National Government of Vietnam regains ancestral land and end populist suffering. Oh my gosh, good luck with that. Anaheim, Carolina. No, the California. Okay, Memorial Day ceremony. We call it like the Liberation Day of Saigon, and they call it the Fall of Saigon. I guess that many of you have heard of the term the Fall of Saigon. That's what that date means, and the real meaning of that date is the Liberation Day of Vietnam, the reunification day of Vietnam. And the petition ceremony, Imperial Duke President accept throne as Emperor of Great Vietnam. Oh my gosh. Give me a freaking break. Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân address. Okay, so I got his name wrong before. His real full name is the Holy Grand Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân. That was it. Yes. The Holy Grand Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân. Now he become the Emperor of Great Vietnam. Holy freaking shit. Anyway, let's read this real quick. Dear Vietnamese, we warmly welcome and sincerely thank you to come to this Adelanto desert. Why do you have to do it in a desert, by the way? Then today's member. Oh my gosh. Anyway, next. It's not worth it to read all of this shit. It's bullshit. But then, yeah, let's see the last page of this. Here you go. So, oh my God, see, they lie on the communists and try to defame us. And that's what I want to tell you is this. May Almighty God, Buddha, bless everyone with good health. And then they say, so they mention the Almighty God and then Buddha at the same time. And then say, God bless you all. And then now it's Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân. So it's like the mix of, the Vietnamese feudalism with Buddhism and somehow with Christianity here. I'm speechless. I don't know what to tell you. Like the amount of irony in here. It's so much like they want to approach to Christian Americans, but then they mention about Buddha and Buddhism too. Like, too, don't you think that they would not like that? I mean, what's wrong with you? Yeah, they can't even keep their story straight. No, they can't. No way. Now, let's watch the video of this. I just want this guy to retire, man. He's old. Please retire. This here. Let's see. All right. And I mute myself. Let me mute myself. This is a ceremony of people, his cult member, to call him to be the emperor of Great Vietnam. This is a ceremony where it's gonna be boring, but anyway, let's watch this real quick. Ôi trở về. Okay, Joe on the way.
Em đại nghĩa thắng hung tàn, phục vụ nhân dân làm nên sống. Sách lược nước Ngài hội lái nhất thống, tinh thần Ngài dõi theo thôi đến ngàn năm. Như ngọn đuốc trên cao tỏ rực, hiến tối tăm thành ánh sáng dạt dào. Một lòng vì nước lại vì dân, tình sâu nghĩa nặng chiếu xuông lên từ.
So this man is reading all the compliments for him, how great he was, and how he deserved to be in the throne. Look at this. So it's like, look at these people. I feel sorry for you. Jeez Louise. Get over it, people. Come on. How many white people? Holy smoke. Ugh. They can't even have a better crew.
Brigadier General Quỳnh Thấm,
Like a
Colonel
better quality of this. Jeez,
National Representative Triệu Lệ Trinh, National Representative.
Bằng tất cả tấm lòng và tâm huyết của chúng tôi như sau.
I'm sorry, but this looks like he's, concubines. Look at this woman. Oh my God, it's so boring. They just keep reading about how good he was and giving him the throne. Oh my God, so pathetic. It's so pathetic. Who are the military personnel? I mean, those, I guess, if they say Vietnamese, means that they work for the puppet regime and they still fantasize about it, and they work for the Emperor of Great Vietnam. Yeah, they should be at home spending time with their grandkids. That is true. Oh my God. Yep, I could be wrong, but it's really, this line of women really look like his line of concubine serve the emperor. How can you take these people seriously? Look at that. And look at this ugly ass poster that they stick in the back. It's so ugly. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. There's no way I'm gonna watch the whole 36 minutes of it. No way. I'm gonna speed up. Oh gosh. Stop talking, people. Yeesh.
Tất cả chiến nghĩa hữu Việt Nam Tân Dân Chủ trên toàn thế giới cùng những người dân đang đau khổ vì bị cộng sản thống trị tại nội địa, đồng dâng lời thỉnh nguyện và cầu khẩn kính mong Đức Quốc công Tổng thống Đào Minh Quân chấp nhận đăng quang làm hoàng đế để lãnh đạo nước Việt Nam vượt qua cơn hiểm nghèo đến bến bờ vinh quang hạnh phúc.
There's one woman just said, like, we pray, beg you to the Grand Imperial Duke to take the throne of Vietnam, to save Vietnam from suffering. Oh my god. Yeah, the drip is ugly and degrading. Totally agree. It's so ugly. That audience with the phone satisfy me that the revolution will be televised. Oh my gosh. All right. He's sitting there waiting for people to give him his throne.
Dân thân
It's so
tín,
pathetic. I
thiếu
can't
tướng Đào Huy
stand it.
Quang, dân tấu chương và thỉnh nguyện thư.
Oh my
And
god. They all knee down. Oh my god. They all knee down, people. They need to an old guy that lied to them, their cult leader. Holy smokes. It's like a funeral. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, look at this pathetic. Oh my gosh, they really need out. They really need out, people. Great democracy. It's such a great democracy that the guy that's claiming himself to be emperor and people just need out and beg him to take his throne. Great. Gosh. Oh god, it's so pathetic. All right, folks. Here you go. This is what we Vietnamese have to deal with. Democracy is when there's a call. It's all right. So yep, and oh, that's another thing too. There's an article about him. This is the thing. So you know that there are websites you can pay for people to write about you, right? They did exactly that. And this is an article written about that Imperial Duke Đào Minh Quân. It's not Imperial Emperor Đào Minh Quân now, I guess. But yeah, this is the article that they paid so the people can write about themselves. See, it's so ugly. First of all, the person who wrote this is, according to this article, is John Mi Kyung, right? It's supposed to be a Korean person, but then it is totally a fake person. Let me show you this. Totally fake. Absolutely fake. She doesn't exist. John Mi Kyung do not exist. Look at this. She wrote 3,209 posts. What kind of... And I Googled this. I tried Googling this person. There's nothing. Literally nothing on the internet about her life or personal life or anything or social media or anything at all. It is the only place that has information. And this, like, it could be totally like AI generate like picture of John Mi Kyung or something. And can you believe that if a real person that really wrote 3,209 articles and then they have no information about the internet? That a whole 50-year career. Well, yep. I mean, it's no offense, but this is no big deal. It's not like the Republic of Vietnam gonna rise again. No, it's not a big deal at all. I mean, this is hilarious. We're having a good laugh here. And I'm showing this to you so you know that how pathetic and hilarious those Vietnamese anti-communists and also anti-communists in general are. Like they are willing to believe in literally anything if it's anti-communist. As long as it's anti-communist, they're going to believe it. So that is why you know that there are people who believe in the lies of Jeremy Park about North Korea, about how they push the chain for a month, how they eat grass and rats, or how they feed children with mud or something. Like, yeah, those people, they really will believe in anything as long as it's anti-communist, and they're gonna pay to hear those lies too. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was literally harassed out of my workplace for being a communist at FedEx in Indiana, in America. God damn. I'm so sorry, Conrad. I hope that you are in a better working environment now. I hope. She says she's based in Pittsburgh. Who knows? Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's read this ding dong article. The very first picture is a very, speaking of, as an artist, whoever designed this should be immediately fired from the design team because it's so ugly. It is goddamn ugly. Even like, you know, they just put the picture of two flags together without like blurring it out, the connection between the two flags or anything whatsoever. And then it's bright yellow, and then they put, you know, the image of him right in the middle, also in yellow and red, and it's so hard to read. It's impossible to read. Let me try. Republic of Vietnam, okay. Provisional National Government of Vietnam. Oh my god, it's so bad. And no way I'm gonna read the teeny tiny red line on his shirt. No way. No freaking way. And then in the bottom of it, say this, we support resident, blah blah blah. Gosh, please put some stroke or some shadow or something so easier to read. Jesus Christ, like, it's so bad. It is so bad. Oh my gosh. From the beginning of 2022 up to now, there have been hundreds of thousands of letters from Vietnamese people around the world, both in all ages or religion, including intellectuals, farmers, laborers, merchants, and the military, especially the petition of members of the comrades of the new Vietnamese democracy worldwide have been sent to Imperial Duke Dam in Quan to ask him to become crowned emperor. Oh, prove it. Hundreds of thousands. Like, give me a fucking break. Prove it. No way. Prove it. Who are those people? Give me those letters. Oh my God. They believe this will make a significant change to the current dire situation in Vietnam. What dire situation? What are they talking about? There's no dire situation in Vietnam. We're fine. We're good. Our economy is still growing well. And we don't have a mass shootings. And we don't have a massive problem of inflation. We're fine. I am here. We good. Check your own headquarters right now in California. Yeesh. Oh my God, 77 years of the so-called socialist regime. Oh my God, draconian. Of course, draconian. Look at this word. Draconian. Oh my God, it's just puppet. Oh my God, so they claim that Vietnam is a puppet minion of the CCP. By the way, it's the Communist Party of China, is CPC. Of course, they are racist enough to never acknowledge, and they call like the CCP. All right. Okay, they blame Vietnam, to government of Vietnam now, to be the puppet minions of the CCP without any evidence whatsoever. Meanwhile, they literally the puppet of the USA. They are the puppet. They just look at this. What kind of sovereign country is that place their own flag next to the American flag like this and call that a sovereign country? No, like no self-conscious whatsoever, self-awareness whatsoever. Oh my gosh, it is pathetic. No self-awareness whatsoever, people. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious at this point. All right, next. Oh, this government, so-called government, is not elected by the people. Oh my God. Again, no evidence whatsoever. Meanwhile, the existence of their previous government, the Second Republic of Vietnam, they existed literally without any election. That I talk about this many freaking times. In the 50s, the USA literally picked up a guy, Ngô Đình Diệm, and put him as the dictator of the puppet regime in the South Vietnam without having any election. And in 1954 and 1956, literally, they like in the according to the Geneva Agreement, it was supposed to be a national election of Vietnam in 1956, 2 years after the Geneva Agreement was signed. It was supposed to be a general election of Vietnam, the whole entire Vietnam, to vote to choose a government, a president of Vietnam democratically. But that election was never held because the White House at that time knew that if there were truly a national election at that time, Ho Chi Minh would definitely win, because according to the statistics from the White House at that time, at least 80% of Vietnamese people would vote for Ho Chi Minh. That was why they never dare to have that election, and instead they held a fake election that only happened in South Vietnam, and then they claimed that 99% of Vietnamese in the South Vietnam vote for that a dictator or something like that. And then that was why that was the excuse for the existence of the puppet, the fascist puppetry in South Vietnam. And now they do not acknowledge all of that, and they project all of that to the government of Vietnam. Literally, the government of Vietnam, led by the people, voted by the people, and joined by not just North Vietnam, but the vast majority of Southern Vietnamese people. How can you take this person serious? Like Imperial Duke Đào Minh Quân. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, from 2017 until now, there are more than 11 million Vietnamese people have elected him as president of the Republic of Vietnam. 11 million? Excuse me, what? Who? What's the election? Like 11 fucking million? There's no evidence whatsoever. I don't even see the freaking election anywhere. The news, any news about the election that already happened, like from 2017. Oh gosh. Imperial Duke Đào Minh Quân is the Orthodox descendant of the Royal Highness Trần Quốc Tuấn, the national hero who defeated the Mongol army 3 times. Yeah, as I said, he claimed to be the descendant of that great general of Vietnam in the 13th century. He is a former soldier, ARVN lieutenant, and a commander of the famous Black Tiger unit in the year 1972 and 1975. Yet he literally worked for the fascist puppet regime, and there was blood on his hand, for sure of that. If he didn't lie about his whole career. If he didn't lie about his whole career to gain, somehow the trust from the people over there, he did have a lot of blood in his hands. God knows how many Vietnamese people that he killed. So he broke out of Vietnam and went to the United States in 1980s. All right, look at this. Look at this pathetic statue of the poor great general that he claimed to be his ancestor. This is oh my gosh. They believe that he capitalized the word he. They believe that he is the representative.
You do that for God.
For God, right? You for God. Capitalize he. They believe that he is the representative of the indomitable spirit resilient, love of justice, peace, benevolence, and loving spirit of Vietnamese people. Oh, although he is overseas, freaking loser, he is a soul of Vietnam, gathered from the sacred souls of the national spirit. The national's 1,000-year-old spirit is shining.
I don't know if Luna has emphasized this yet. This is important to note. I don't know if you've talked about this yet. I just walked back in.
Okay.
The United States government takes this very seriously. They like completely support and back this person and his cult. This is why, you know, it's so easy to be an anti-communist grifter like Yeonmi Park or the emperor here. No longer the imperial duke, but now has he been crowned emperor yet? Or are they just...
He been crowned emperor.
He has been crowned. Okay, so yeah, I mean, all you have to do is spout anti-communist nonsense and you'll get all kinds of money and support from the government. We showed in an earlier stream, like probably about last year, that in California, the state gave this freaking emperor clown like a motorcade and police escort, and there were all these politicians and dignitaries there. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Dalai Lama is another great example. If you just, as long as you're anti-communist, they'll support whatever.
As long as you're
Cult
anti-communist,
you want to.
You can do whatever you want.
It's just wild to me. The Falun Gong is another great example.
Yeah,
Falun Gong is a twisted right-wing cult.
Yes.
But because they're anti-communist, they get all kinds of support and prestige and stuff from the state and the media in the West. It's just wild to me.
That bright light is shining over the world and has shone inland into the deep forest, faraway mountains, into distant countryside. The imperial Duke President Da Mingguan is the shining light.
It's so unhinged.
Oh my gosh.
It's so wild, like how people will take this shit seriously just because it's anti-communist. It's just wild.
All right. For more than 30 years of leading the government, the Third Republic, puppet republic, to confront communists, he has achieved outstanding achievements. Now let's see, what are these outstanding achievements? The Declaration of New Democracy Era in 1987.
Oh, he declared something.
He declared a new democracy era.
He declared it.
He declared it.
That's outstanding.
I can also declare something right now.
What are you going to declare?
I declare that these people are not.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good declaration.
All right. Unmasked Ho Chi Minh at UNESCO in 1989. Did you know about this unmasking? Unmasked Ho Chi Minh in UNESCO in 1989. So here's the thing. Now this is another unhinged story. If you're standing up, sit down, calm down, take a sip of water, and listen to this. This is what they call unmasked Ho Chi Minh. So from the 1970s and 1980s, I don't know where I started, but these anti-communists, they started a rumor that the real Ho Chi Minh died in 1930s in China. And the Chinese Communist Party, according to their word, the CCP, the Communist Party of China, by the way, the real name, Communist Party of China, the CPC, secretly replaced Ho Chi Minh with a different guy from Yunnan province.
Okay, well, if that's true, that guy was awesome.
Yes, so the Communist Party of China secretly replaced Ho Chi Minh with the guy from whole family. The reason, I think the only reason why they back is like because Ho Chi Minh looked different in the 90s when he was young, and in the 40s when he was old and hid in the jungle for years to try to fight against the colonialist French government. So like he's a living condition.
Grew a beard.
He grew a freaking beard.
That's the only.
And he lost a lot of weight. And his pen name was Ho Chi Minh because he was working in China, and he was painting. He chose a name Ho Chi Minh, like a Chinese Vietnamese name, and that was it. He looked different. So they claimed that the actual Ho Chi Minh died, and this is the fake Ho Chi Minh, and that was why Vietnam was a puppet of the CCP from the start. And in 1980s, 1989, they brought that up to UNESCO, and they forced UNESCO to force Vietnam to get the fingerprint of Ho Chi Minh.
So see, UNESCO also takes these clowns seriously.
Yes,
that's how
they,
wild.
Yeah,
it is.
so they forced Ho Chi Minh to they forced UNESCO to force Vietnam to give them the fingerprint of the fake Ho Chi Minh so they can compare it to, somehow they claim to have the real actual fingerprint of the real Ho Chi Minh who died in the 30s or something. And then to compare that, of course, we didn't take them serious. Like, these are clowns, so we didn't acknowledge it. It's like, fuck this, people. There's no fucking way you're gonna give them the fingerprint of Ho Chi Minh. Who knows what they're gonna do with it, and who knows that the fingerprint that they had was real or not. So we didn't acknowledge it. And yeah, that was like they took that as an evidence that Vietnamese government is scared of them and didn't dare to give them the proof to prove that he's a real fake Ho Chi Minh. So they took that. Yeah, they call that is the unmasked, like a outstanding achievement. Oh, so that is the story. All right.
So his outstanding achievements are he declared something and he made some bullshit up.
Yep. It's just like, remember that they claimed the Kim Il-sung to be the clone?
I never heard that one.
Oh my gosh, the rumor that Kim Il-sung is a clone or imposter of Saint Pen. The North, you never heard of that? Yes, they claim that the Kim Il-sung was a clone. Even now, like the
Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-un now also a clone, and it's a 7th clone already.
They think that North Korea is cloning people?
Yes, they think that North Korean clone Kim Jong-il now. And the Kim Jong-il now is the 7th clone.
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un now is the 7th clone of himself. The real Kim Jong-un died already.
Who's saying this? Is this a Yummy Park thing?
Anti-communist people clone things.
See, they can literally say whatever bullshit. They can say anything.
So he said that Kim Il-sung, yes, the original president is something also a clone.
So North Korea has had cloning technology.
Yes, cloning for
since the 50s,
decades. Yeah, they've been cloning their brother. So yep. So thank God I didn't fall in that. Oh my gosh. Next.
That's really funny.
Okay. Nullification of the Chengdu secret treaty between Chinese Communists and Vietnamese Communists in 1990 by establishing the new government, the third government. So, oh my gosh, calm down, people. Again, do not take a sip of water because you're gonna laugh so hard when I explain what is the Chengdu Agreement. So, around the same time, the anti-communist Vietnamese came up with another lie. That they lie in the 70s, from the 70s and 80s, I think. They lie that somehow.
Wait, can I just interject here? Why do they keep making communists look awesome?
Like, communists can clone people.
Communists have advanced cloning technology going back to the 1950s.
Mm-hmm. And communists can have like a perfect imposter that led the whole revolution and won against.
They make communists seem like so technologically advanced and like amazing. Like,
yeah, right. Now back to the Chengdu secret treaty. The line is this: Vietnam and China, we had a secret treaty with each other that by 2020, that was a far future to them in the 70s and the 80s, that by 2020, Vietnam and China would merge together and Vietnam would become a province of China. As they said, oh, Vietnam is only a puppet of China, right? Blah, 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 and Vietnam would sell a whole country to China. I mean, that was the Chengdu secret treaty. Of course, it was not true, and it never fucking happened. And it's 2023 already. We still a sovereign country, run normally, nothing happened. We live happily here. But then these anti-communists, they took all the credit for that, and they claimed that it was them who nullified that secret treaty. It was them who stopped Vietnam from merging with China.
Notice that they just say whatever bullshit. You can't prove it at all. It's so funny. It's like they could literally just say whatever they want.
Like, oh, so that was why Vietnam was with the Soviet during the Sino-Soviet split. Make total sense. So at the same time, Vietnam was siding with the USSR and like pissed China off, and that was why we had the border war in 1979. And at the same time, we had the 666 secret treaty with China. It's like unhinged, totally unhinged. I mean, so to be honest, if you want to learn the real history of that part of Vietnam, go check my video where I talk about Pol Pot. It was a very, 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 very sad history of Vietnam. But anyway, back to the main topic. This is totally lie made up by these anti-communists. And since it didn't happen, it never happened because it's not true. They took all the credit for it. They said that they nullified that. Right, okay. The last one is what? Reviving the Republic of Vietnam regime in 2018. So right around the same time that he exists from nowhere to claim to be the Duke, to Imperial Duke President Đào Minh Quân, and claim that. Did you know that they claim that 11 Vietnamese people have been voting for him to be the emperor from 2017?
Wow, 11?
11 million.
Oh, 11 million. That's a little different than 11.
No, 11 million people.
Yeah, they're begging. According to the. Did you read? Is that the article that I found?
Yes, it is.
Did you talk about how this is a vanity publication yet?
No. Oh, I did. It's a vanity publication.
He just paid to have this article written.
Yep, and the person who wrote this doesn't exist.
Which he's done many times. He's got a long history of doing that.
Yes.
We're gonna do this for you, Luna. I'm gonna pay to have some vanity articles written about you.
The Imperial Luna?
No. About how you're just awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Do it.
Luna is pretty and awesome, and she has declared many times that the Emperor is a dork. True. We'll find a fake author.
Yep, please. Maybe you can find the same Mi Kyung John.
Yeah, we'll pay the same company. We'll generate a conflict of interest. Let's have a bidding war with NYK? Now you know. We'll do a bidding war with the Emperor. Donate now to support our efforts to build a vanity press footprint for Luna.
Zenith, I would kickstart for that vanity piece.
Donate now. Operators are standing by.
Oh, gosh.
Stream Elements accepted. StreamElements.com/LunaOy/tip. We will kick the Emperor's ass in the theater of vanity press.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the next outstanding achievement that they got. It was on April 14th of 2021, 2 years ago, at the International Environmental Court. This court doesn't fucking exist. According to Judgment Award number blah blah blah, His Holiness, capitalized, His Holiness, won over the Chinese Communist Party, again the CCP, quote unquote, in a USD 38 trillion lawsuit for their crimes of war.
Why do they always say CCP? What is that about? What's the point of doing that? Why do they like pretend that it's CCP when it's CPC? It just makes them look ignorant. Like what's the point? They all do it. Everybody, like the right wing.
Because they're racist.
What do they get out of it? What's the benefit of saying that it's CCP?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get what the strategy is with that propaganda line. What's the point?
That's a point, right?
Is it literally just to disrespect it? Like we don't care what your acronym actually is?
Yeah.
Because it just makes them look ignorant as fuck. Like they don't even know the name of the party
That they
want to pretend
criticizing.
that they're experts on.
Mm-hmm. His Holiness capitalized and won over the Chinese Communist Party. 38 trillion lawsuit for their crimes of war, destruction of the environment, and genocide of humanity. Talking about the country that sprayed Agent Orange, the most poisonous substance that human ever found,
Yeah.
and they're using them napalm on innocent people. Why don't they sue that government, huh?
Well, that was okay because it was the USA that did it. Even though they predominantly targeted the South.
Okay. 5 oligarchs and 1 million Vietnamese Communist Party members involved in crimes must jointly compensate him, capitalize him, by the way, with USD of 20 billion each.
Him personally, by the way.
Him personally. To him, capitalized personally 20 billion. President Dow was also invited by the International Environment Court to serve as the commander-in-chief of the International Environment Marshal. Doesn't exist, by the way.
Right. That's something he completely made up.
He completely made up.
He gave himself this dude gives himself awards, he gives himself titles,
Yes.
he gives himself recognition from organizations that don't exist. He gets articles written about him in vanity publications by authors that don't exist. He's so full of shit, but the government of the United States of America takes him seriously. It's wild.
The imperial Duke President Dow Minh Quan, with his achievement as well as a political position in the international arena, is the only person who can make difference for Vietnam. Yeah, very different. Yes. Most Vietnamese people believe that. Most Vietnamese people. Wow. All right. Wow. 100 million people. After being crowned as emperor, President Dow will have a more posture and strength to lead the country according to national traditions, uphold the culture, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, this
Luna,
is
did you know
large.
that most Vietnamese people believe that?
I didn't know that. Wow. Now I know. Now I know that most of us know about this. Wow. I mean, most of them don't even know that this guy exists.
You gotta make this guy a meme, Luna. You have to work harder to make this
Please
guy.
make this dude a meme. Dow drop hands. Where did he get that 11 million votes from? His ass? Well, maybe.
When you look at the pictures of their events, there's maybe 50 or
Maybe
60
11
people.
million people. Maybe 11 people.
Yeah. Well, when they went out in the desert that one time with all the U.S. government representatives, there were 50 people.
Yeah. This time it's even more pathetic. It's like 30.
Really? Do you have photos?
I watched the whole video of it.
Oh my gosh.
I speed up that video, but there's a whole video of women line up, talk about how great he was, and then they kneel down to beg him to become the emperor.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me it's not a cult. Tell me it's not a cult.
Wait. I thought it was the era of democracy he declared.
Yeah.
But now he's the emperor. So is this?
Emperor is when emperor. Democracy is when emperor.
That is actually what the U.S. State Department believes. That's why they want to put the Dalai Lama back in charge of Tibet. Oh my God. Democracy is when emperor.
Although Imperial Duke Dow Minh Quan expressed disapproval, the Vietnamese people and military persisted in petitioning. So this is what I mean. I mean, like he refused to be crowned, but the people keep backing, so he had to take it. Is that what the sentence mean?
Okay, have you looked at the Wikipedia article?
No.
It also takes him seriously. Oh my gosh. Dow Minh Quan, supported by his political party on June 19th, 2022. It's kind of old news. This is from a year ago. Said that the Republican government will merge with himself as the emperor of the Vietnamese Empire.
Yes.
However, due to disagreements with other political parties of Vietnamese people in the United States, The organization will be reorganized in early November 2022. There you go.
Democracy is when liberals are happy. Okay, so I mean, folks, that is introducing to you. I've been done introduce you the Holy Grand Imperial Duke President Emperor Damingquan. That's all the name. Now, Tex, how many titles of him that you can remember that I just read all of them?
Me?
How many titles of him that you can
Well,
remember?
I know he used to be the Grand Imperial Duke.
The Holy Grand Imperial Duke
The Holy
President.
Grand Imperial Duke President. Oh, yeah, the Holy Grand Imperial Duke President of the Third Republic.
But now he's the emperor.
Now he's the emperor. I guess he got tired of it. The mouthful.
Yeah. The emperor of Great Vietnam.
His Holiness.
Vietnam. His Holiness capitalized, by the way.
Is he not a duke anymore? Or did email him, ask him?
Yeah.
Someone email Damingquan and ask him if he's still a duke.
If anybody of you live in California and you meet this guy, please ask.
Yeah.
Do they still want to keep the title
ask
Duke
him
or
if
not?
He's still a duke. Ask him if he's still. I mean, I guess he's still holy because he calls himself his holy.
He's still holy, yeah. Charles move aside, we got a real monarch here. Charles is like nothing compared to this dude. In a way.
Oh, that big event he went to in the desert in California, that was when he was inaugurated as the president of the Republic of Vietnam.
And now he came back to that desert and to become an emperor.
Dow received 2 diplomatic notes from former American President Bill Clinton. The Provisional Government of Ukraine also invited him to give a speech at the Congress of the Soviet Union.
Oh.
What?
What the fuck is that?
U.S. Representative Gary Miller and Edward Nixon invited Dow as Prime Minister of the Provisional National Government of Vietnam to claim sovereignty in the South China Sea at the Nixon Library in 2010. Oh yeah, the Hexagon Monument.
Yes, the Hexagon.
A tribute to the U.S. government, military, and the American people.
3 million Vietnamese were killed by them, but they built a hexagon for the U.S. troops. Great. Awesome.
Oh, you know that they did a bombing and arson attempt at a police facility in Vietnam? And they unsuccessfully tried to bomb the airport in Tan Son Nhai International Airport.
They are Viet Tân.
Oh, they're affiliated with Viet Tân?
Viet Tân is a Taco Bell group, by the way.
If you don't want to be called, America is a nation of Taco Bell. You look like you're trying to be anonymous right now, Linda.
Why?
You're completely shadowed.
I know.
You're completely enveloped in shadow.
Exactly. I can't change anything about it.
There's also an article on the Third Republic of Vietnam. I'm checking that out.
Yes, please.
Can people hear me okay when I talk? I don't know.
Show this here. Oh my God, they issue cryptocurrency too.
No, yes, of course they're crypto bros. Hey, Damingquan did study computer science in 1980.
Oh yeah, he did.
So he is technically a tech
bro.
He's an old school tech bro. You know, I'm so sad about being a nerd because nerds have just broken off into 2 camps: incels and tech bros. What happened to the old-fashioned nerds? What happened to nerds?
What happened to the real nerds?
We're dying out.
I want to bring back the pre-incel nerd era.
I know, the pre-incel, pre-tech bro nerd era.
Yes. It's so sad that nerds now just become incels.
Well, some of them became tech bros. The ones that could get some. Oh man, so bad.
Oh my gosh, look at these people. Pathetic. And see, look at this. Most of them are old, you know? Most of them are like 70, in their 70s.
Whoa, hey. At his inauguration, there were even freaking representatives from numerous countries, including Australia. So, like, yeah,
Okay.
multiple countries recognize this ding dong as the emperor.
It just make them look like laughable, you know, like how can they take this people seriously? Holy smokes. Anything else?
Not much. There's the government of Free Vietnam.
Oh my
You ever
god.
heard of them?
No, how many governments do we have?
They all use the same flag.
Ugh.
They all use the three-stripe flag.
Yeah, they all worship that flag.
You have like competing cults.
Yep.
Oh, these are the ones that were like crossing the border from Cambodia. These are wackos too.
I swear, anti-communist diaspora is like the mother of all grifts to fleece the imperial core, and they just eat it up.
There's the Nationalist Party of Greater Vietnam, the People's Action Party of Vietnam, the Vietnamese Constitutional Monarchist League. Wait, I want to read about them.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, their flag is. Oh, okay. Go Google this. You
Okay.
got to show the flag because graphic
Alright.
design is their passion.
Okay. And
It's on Wikipedia. Vietnamese Constitutional Monarchist League. Graphic design is absolutely their passion. Wait till you see their flag. You got to show this on screen.
this
Show their flag.
right.
It's got words on it. That's my favorite
You
part.
got words on it.
I love flags where they put words on the flag,
Holy
and it's
smoke,
like
people.
two different fonts.
Yes.
We've got what seems to be something like, I don't know, what is that? Impact, or what is that font? You got like trebuchet, and then you've got like Arial.
Look at that dragon, kind of
Two
cute.
different fonts, Luna.
Kind of cute. And then they can't even have, you know, like in the middle of the flag, they can't even do the right, like,
What is that symbol in the
spacing.
top left, Luna? Like, look at that messy symbol in the top left.
yes.
Look at that. What is that? It's like a circle with like three,
It's a sun with a fire around it.
but it's so bad. The Vietnamese Constitutional Monarchist League, the Imperial Nguyen Dynasty of Vietnam. How many emperors do you have?
A shitload. According to these people, now it's like the Nguyen dynasty. They can't even design the same color or same drawing or something, you know. Look at this. The difference between
Oh,
them.
this is sad. The Emperor Bao Dai, who they want to reimpose, does not support them.
No, because Bao Dai was just want to live alone, live in his mansion and drink and with beautiful women.
The VCML was established in 1993 by its first president, Nguyen Phu Bù Chang,
Yes.
a member of the Vietnamese royal family who fled from Vietnam for political reasons after 1975. For political reasons.
Yeah, right. In 1975. Oh.
Why do they call it, like, it's always fleeing. It's like, he just left. He's an asshole. Okay. Bao Dai lived in Europe until his death on 30 July 1997. His son, Crown Prince Bao Long, intentionally remained out of politics and lived quietly in Paris until his death. His brother, Bao Tang, does not support the VCML.
See, they are the real actual family that they didn't want to have anything to do with those people.
The VCML believes that only the limited monarchy of the Imperial Nguyen Dynasty can succeed in preserving the cultural independence of Vietnam. And that only a government that upholds Vietnamese nationalism and personal freedom can fully succeed in restoring the nation. Yes, the personal freedom that comes with an emperor.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing.
I want to go to their website now, Luna.
Oh my gosh, no.
I have to. We might have another fucking.
Give me the
Oh,
website.
it's another terrible website.
Give me
You
the
have to go to the Wikipedia page and click it.
Okay.
It's on archive.org.
Okay, wiki.
I don't know if these people are still in business. It seemed like they may have run out of steam.
I'm googling.
There's a
right
picture
now.
of
What website? Where? I'm
Wikipedia.
on Wiki now.
At the bottom. At
Bottom.
external links.
External link. Here.
No, just the links
This.
at the bottom.
This.
Yeah, their website. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Get ready, people.
Graphic design is 100%. They're so passionate about graphic design. Look at that. Woo! You might need to zoom in. You want to zoom in? Oh, look at that. Luna's using keyboard. Luna's using hotkey macros over here, like a hacksaw.
The Vietnamese country is also so ugly. Also,
When did this website go out of business?
yeah, when?
Oh, this says from December 1st, 2022.
Okay.
Maybe they're out of business now, though. Oh, this is from 2011. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Aw, so these people don't exist anymore? Kind of sad.
I don't know.
Aw. Vietnam Human Rights Network. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they seem to have gone out of business. Their website seems like it may have gone offline.
Of course, it's also in California. Like, of course.
bcml.homestead.com. Yeah, they're out of business.
Oh. Aw. Come on, stay a little bit longer. Come on.
They haven't had a site up for a long time.
Well,
I guess that was a great day for Dao Ming Quan.
you're right. His biggest competitor.
He's like, he must have had a little party that day.
Uh-huh.
Yes. One by one, my enemies fall.
Oh
Soon the world will know that I am the true emperor.
my gosh.
This is like collecting Pokemon.
Right?
Like collecting all the different weird little anti-communist Vietnamese cults. Gotta catch 'em all. Emperors.
Their rhetoric is so confusing. I don't think all these royal titles are exactly compatible with democracy talk. Somehow they make it happen.
No, Luna said it best. Democracy is when emperors.
Democracy when you vote for your emperor.
Yeah, their website's no longer in existence.
I have my right to have my own emperor.
Yeah, they're dead. They're gone. They're smoked. Sad. Do you have any pictures of the crowning of the emperor? Does he have a crown? Does Dao Ming Quan have a crown?
He wears mun.
Oh, he wears a mun? Okay.
Not crown.
Is it imperial? Does he have the 5-fingered dragon on his robes?
Oh,
You need to figure that out.
figure that out.
Only the emperor can wear the 5-fingered dragon on his robes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to find an article about Dao Ming Quan that's not Vanity Press. I want to see.
I doubt that it exists, but anyway.
Let's see.
Emperor.
Radio Free Asia.
Holy
Radio Free Asia talks about him a lot, Luna.
What the fuck?
They do.
What the actual?
Like a lot.
Fuck?
Like every month.
What does it say about him? So far, he doesn't wear any shirt with dragon on it. But then
What kind of emperor doesn't have a 5-fingered dragon on
yeah,
his shirt?
right. Let's see this poster. I have to count the fingers of this dragon. Damn it! Low resolution. Can I just
They can't seem to figure out how to make a
high
they
resolution?
just can't do it. They're not capable. Like they haven't figured out the technology.
It's so low.
All their graphics are like that.
Oh, hurt my eyes.
I mean, they seem to have somebody on staff who has like a basic competency with Photoshop, but they don't know how to export an image that's more than like 200 pixels wide.
Based on this very poor and small picture, it seems to have 5 fingers.
Really?
Ooh,
Okay, all right. So he really is the holiness.
the holiness.
Here, Luna, this is in Vietnamese.
Mm.
What's it say? It won't translate it.
Okay, won't translate. Won't translate, huh?
Nope.
Hơn 60 người trong nước đã bị bắt vì
That's Radio Free Asia,
Ừ.
American CIA media
Oh.
outlet.
Reading about
What's the gist? You don't gotta read the whole article.
No, I'm reading real quick right now. Can you explain about the 5-finger dragon thing?
Well, just back in the actual Nguyen Empire days, you could have a dragon on your shirt, but it couldn't have 5 fingers unless you were the emperor. It was like a sumptuary law. And if you did have a 5-finger dragon on your shirt, then I think you got the death sentence, right, Luna? Is that accurate?
Huh?
They'd kill you if you...
Yes, they'll kill you.
Yeah. So, emperors, not so cool. Luna, just tell us the gist
All right,
of it. You don't
the
got to read
gist
the whole
is-
article.
This is this. They claim that they don't know nothing about this guy or his group at all. They don't know any information about his election or how many members of this. But then they focus on how Vietnamese crack down on these people.
We don't know anything about these people, but the Vietnamese government's definitely oppressing them. We don't know anything else about it, but
Oh my gosh.
there's some negative press about him in like Vietnamese news.
Look at this. Yeah, totally like graphic design is my passion. Look at this poster.
Their posters are so good. Who could make a poster that good except for Damin Kwan
Oh
and his
my
crack team of
gosh,
graphic
it's
designers?
so ugly.
Wow, I gotta tell you, Damin Kwan is pretty good at self-promotion, if nothing else.
It's so ugly. I can't stand it. The fuck is this, Sue? Look at this.
I think I found the best one.
Oh, but then you have to look at this. Like they put like the blink.
Oh, the
blinker.
sparkly overlay.
Yes.
A glittery, sparkly overlay. Oh my gosh. There's some really, really bad graphic design on Facebook too. Hey, their phone number's on Facebook, Luna.
Yep.
You can just give them a call.
Yep. Look at this design. Oh my god, so great. Đại Việt Emperor Đào Minh Quân. And these are like the news running the on YouTube. They
Look
have
at this
their
one.
own.
Put the camera up on screen. I want to show this is my favorite one I think I've seen so far. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes, thông tin.
Look at how great that graphic design
Oh
is.
my god.
Woo! You got like 3D font at the bottom, and then you got white stroke around the font at the top.
Will it?
Hey Luna, this will piss you off. Look what the background is. Luna's not gonna like.
Heart attack.
This is the Tai Hoa drum, the 6,000-year-old relic from Luna's home village. That drum.
Damn it! No, they don't.
They took the drum, Luna. They took your Tai Hoa drum.
Literally my hometown's drum. God damn it!
The 6,000-year-old brass drum.
They make the 3 stripes into 3 arrows. I mean, yep.
Oh, they're so bad at it.
Look at this. It's like she's a very famous news reporter of these people. They run the YouTube channel, and that's her. They're most famous news
Is that
reporter.
Damin Kwan or is that something else?
That's
That?
that is it. Like, yeah, and she's like the news reporter. Talk about Damin Kwan.
Oh my gosh. All right. Wow, they have so much shit on the internet.
Look at this. How many fonts in this poster? How many fonts? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 that I can count.
I like how they have like military uniforms too. You know that?
Yes, they do.
They have like a whole little like paramilitary.
Cheapo. And look at this. This is the gate to their monument. Look at that gate. low resolution. I'm sorry. So that's a freaking gay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
What is this about DNA, Luna? What kind of wackiness is this?
He claimed that he has a DNA of the great general of Vietnam in the 13th century, royal
Look,
blood.
What does this little banner say?
Oh, so ugly, it hurt my eyes. It literally hurt my eyes. Look at this shit.
They can't even see what's going on. What does it say?
Chính phủ quốc gia đó, the government, the provisional government of Vietnam.
Look at the banner that says DNA on it. What does that say?
Di truyền, đặc tính di truyền tộc. Oh my god, it is in DNA that Vietnam is a puppet of China.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, they asked for the DNA of Ho Chi Minh.
Oh my
so
god.
They can test.
Because of the body double?
Yes.
The Chinese body double?
Yep. They asked for DNA of Ho Chi Minh.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much, Gio, for your super chat. Here's $1 for every fun.
Hey, look, here's the organization of their government, Luna. There's 4 pillars of their government.
Oh my
At the top of the government is democracy, okay? So democracy's at the top. There's like a flow chart. And then underneath that, you have hold on. You'll have to
This is the gate that I just saw. I forgot to share the screen, but that's the gate of the provisional government of Vietnam in California. That is the
Oh
gate.
yeah, that's all over their Facebook.
Yeah.
So the 4 pillars are Le Pháp. What is Le Pháp? Is that like the Congress?
Le Pháp is to make the law.
Yeah, legislation. Okay. And there's Hành Pháp.
Practice the law. Implement the law.
Oh, executive, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Tư Pháp must be the court.
Yeah, the court.
And then there's Giám Pháp. That's the media.
The Giám Pháp means like the oversight of the law.
Yeah, that's the media.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. The 4 pillars of democracy, according to Zami Kwan.
oh gosh.
Look, it's just so funny.
It's like Trump asking for Obama's birth certificate. It's even worse than that. Asking for Ho Chi Minh's DNA.
I mean, it's just like, look at this font selection. It's so goddamn funny. Like,
Yeah.
show that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about the late.
It's like, please vote for this guy.
Look at the fonts. Look at them.
$1 for every font again.
The green to yellow gradient is just so good. It works so well with their color scheme.
Yeah, green to yellow. And then blue too. Somehow blue's in there.
Blue to purple. Light blue to purple. With a green glow. It's so good. Love it. Vote for the emperor. Who was crowned emperor. All right.
It's unreadable. Yep.
Luna, you gotta start making like videos about this.
Damn, I just woke up. BP, welcome to the stream about the Emperor of the Great Vietnam.
I found a video, Luna. And it's like an old one.
Oh my god.
It's on television network. You can't tell, but this is like a VHS tape.
Okay. Okay.
What are we watching? What is this?
Phóng sự đặc biệt special interview.
Ooh.
Special report.
Oh, we're gonna have an interview? Is Dami Kwan gonna be on this interview?
Yes, special report.
Yeah, look at that guy. He's got a mustache.
It's a special report. 11 about the USSR, about 11 reasons got like autonomy or something.
Three-stripe flag, Ukraine flag.
I can feel it. Red leader. Yep. You can feel it. Yep.
I want to see more 80s graphics.
Imperial Vaporwave.
Oh, this feels dirty. They got some little like 10-year-old kid.
Oh my gosh, no.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All right. I'm hungry.
Me too.
All this Imperial
Prank
shit.
call them, please. Here's some money.
Don't prank call
No,
them.
prank call them. I don't
But
encourage that.
if you want to actually sincerely ask them questions like, is he still a duke? That's not a call.
Yeah, it's not a prank call.
And they do have a public phone number, like from
Have a
public. So,
sincere
listen.
question.
Don't harass or prank call any of these people. But if you want to seriously know if he's still the duke, give him a ring.
Yeah, he's the emperor now. Does he still keep the?
Is he still the duke? Does his power come from? Does his authority come from God or from democracy? Are we still in the era of democracy? You
Yeah.
can email these questions. I'm curious. I don't know. I'm legitimately curious. Does his authority come from God or does it come from democracy? And if it comes from God, are we still in the era of democracy? What era has he declared a new era?
What kind of democracy that assigned him to be holy? Thank you so much, MDR, for your super chat. All right.
Food time.
Food time. I'm very hungry, to be honest. Nice to talk to you all, and I hope that we all have a good laugh together. So I hope that you all understand what amount of irony that we Vietnamese always have to put up with. Thank you so much, everybody, and see you next time. Bye.
Oh God! End the stream. End it now.
I'm dying right here. Bye, everybody.